Hola, pals. It's me, your friendly neighborhood artist. And as you guys know, I do have a lot of Procreate brushes, and I tend to buy some on a whim. I will try your brushes for no money, and I make my own too. I haven't released them because, well, I don't know if they're ready to be released, to be honest. Anyway, I found some cool brushes I wanted to try by Viaria and Shadow Art. I'll just link them in the description. Their Instagrams, you guys can go follow or whatever from here. But I get suggested brushes all the time because that's mostly what I buy on Etsy. And I'm addicted to trying them out. Anyway, I see some brushes come up and I decide to check them out, but I noticed something suspicious. What was suspicious, you ask? Someone was using AI art, specifically Stable Diffusion AI art, to upload onto the Etsy listing, saying that their brushes made that content, which is just insane to me because now I know that that's impossible, and they're probably just selling brushes that are either from someone else for free from somewhere or stolen, or just selling maybe the basic brushes that already come with Procreate. So I decided to look a little bit into it, and I'm going to show you some stuff while we talk. These images here are clearly AI art, on top of the fact that I went to their account, and I'm pretty sure that they're tracing some of their work too, based off of their Stable Diffusion work. I just have a feeling. You can just tell when someone's tracing. So I thought this was maybe like a one-time thing, until I noticed that it was like one right after the other, using AI to sell their brushes for Procreate. It's weird because they'll use the brush in the Procreate video in the listing for the brushes, but they're not drawing anything that resembles what's like actually used in the listing. So let's look at two accounts. Cozy Brushery. They sell crayon brushes, line art, watercolor, anime essentials, and loads of other stuff that's like stamps, right? But they're like anime stamps, like anime skirt stamps and stuff. The artwork that's in the listing should reflect the brushes and the art created, but it's impossible. So we're going to go from here to her Instagram for the Cozy Brushery person. And here's her Instagram. Now, the thing about this Instagram is that some of these artworks are clearly AI or traced from AI. There's something here, but right here when you see her work, you can tell that she does have some drawing techniques of her own. She clearly can do some of the art, and most of this stuff is hers, right? But you can see that there's like a skill issue here. But then when we look at this image here, we look at the one here where she uses these watercolor brushes. She uses this to sell her watercolor brushes. But if you just click on them, just take a second and click on them, you can tell there's no way that these were done with her brushes. She's scamming. And on top of that, one of these artworks, this artwork of Miku, it just looks traced. It just does. I don't know what it's traced from, but it's traced because there's just mistakes that just shouldn't exist. Like something about up here, and something about her body. I don't know. I don't know. And her picture of like the dude from Hunter x Hunter, Hisoka, like it's just not her it is her style. So I think she traced over something. She traced AI art. I think she was using Stable Diffusion, traced over AI art, because this is not what she is putting on her. This is like very quick that she's gotten to this. 14 weeks ago, she drew this little anime girl, and the thing is I'm assuming anything that she's done recently is a trace, because I just can't trust it, because she's used AI art on her account already. And the other account is art by Celine Estelle. Procreate stamps, brushes, and clip art, right? So, let's look at this. When you look at here, this is just basic stable diffusion. It just is. Look, you can even see right in the eye right there. There it is. The eye right there has an artifact in it. And these are probably just traced from AI art and made into a stamp. Because some of these just have artifacts. They just do. Like, artifacts that don't make sense. Like, it's... And then she has this soft anime brush where you see her actually using the brushes in the video. Like right here you can see, like she goes through and you see all the brushes and you get to see her use it, but she's just making like little dots, and then she's literally on, what's it called? Like, she clearly has some talent to work on this stuff, but the art's not hers. I do not believe that she did that background. No, I don't. I think she's a liar. But the thing is I couldn't prove it. So I started looking around a little bit on her account. And you see how right here she has like all these stamps. Like, so many stamps, right? So I'm like, all right, I gotta find her account. So I did. I did actually manage to find her account. Now, but she doesn't have an Instagram. She has a TikTok. Now the thing with this TikTok business is that she's actually not a bad artist. She mostly draws men, but there's a skill issue here too, because like the images that she has drawn versus the images that she says that she's drawn are like completely different. Like, I just don't believe she did any of the work that's on her Etsy. Like, this stuff is just it's just too much. It's just too much, and she's a liar. And man, I just don't know what to say about, she doesn't have a big following on her accounts. So she clearly just started, and she's from Germany, and the account names and the ideas match up. So I'm just inclined to believe that it's her, because if she's doing Procreate brushes, she should have an Instagram. And I went on who I assume the Instagram was, and the icons look similar, but I couldn't be sure. But I'm pretty certain that these two people are the same. I wanted just to put this out there that I'm sure that there's more brushes that are like this, these brush packs on Etsy. So make sure you before you buy, text or message the owner of the brush store and straight up ask them, hey, can I see your Instagram? And then go check to see if they have one. And if they don't have an Instagram but they're making brushes, that's a little bit sus, because I just don't know why they wouldn't have. If they're selling brushes for artwork and they have artwork on the account for the listing, but they're not willing to show you their Instagram to follow, like, it's kind of it's giving I'm lying. I'm really good at telling AI art now, so, and if you're not sure, I would do a little bit of research, but most of the time I'm gonna say this is like a little bit new, because this is the first time where I've been in Etsy and then I've seen artwork that doesn't match the brushes, and I've been suggested those brushes based on my previous purchases. Because since I buy so many, I mean, this is just for you guys, so just be careful what you buy on Etsy. If you buy your Procreate brushes on Etsy, you're just open to buying stuff like before you try them, like, because it could be someone used stable diffusion, made it black and white, traced over it, and then posted it, or just used it and then because the thing is these people clearly have enough talent that they could pass off these brushes as theirs. So, and that is common among like Etsy, where people are selling brushes from free resources, and you end up buying them not knowing that they were actually stolen, because Etsy's not going to do anything about that. This is just me trying to keep everybody honest. We're all artists here, so let's stay honest, okay?
Hey, make up your mind.
Just be honest with yourself. If you are, you'll be sure to arrive in the future you want.
This is just the grift that I found on Etsy at random last night, and I wanted to spread the word. So, Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and comment. What do you guys think about this? Have you guys seen this before? And if you haven't, maybe spread it around to your friends. I mean, I am, and I've made multiple purchases. I know that none of my stuff was purchased through AI, so I'm pretty confident. Later days, guys. See you tomorrow.